Hello, and welcome to Breathwork Bestie, the podcast that makes breathwork accessible. My name is Crystal Rose. I am a transformation coach and breathwork facilitator, and I am your host on this beautiful journey through breathwork. If you are new here or new to breathwork in general, I highly recommend you go back to our very first episode to get yourself feeling comfortable. If you've been with us before, welcome back. Now let's get started.
Hello, beautiful humans. I'm Megan, and I'm going to be your breathwork bestie today. We're going to use our breath for one of my favorite practices in an allowance of shifting our energy. We move energy with movement and with sound and with breath. And when we can power into that center, come into that space, we can really, with intention and with purpose, shift what is present for you. And when we speak of shifting, it's not in a way of neglecting what is or pretending it doesn't exist. It's you just coming into a space. Maybe for a moment you need to shift, or maybe the cycle is through and you are ready to set something down and move forward. And the baseline of this that we're going to remember is that you are safe to shift. You are safe to move forward. You are safe to choose another way. We'll be using the pulse breath for this. And a pulse breath is going to be 2 pulses in and out using your nose. It'll sound like this. And the depth and the speed is completely up to you. Maybe if you're in a space that feels sticky and that feels like it needs a little extra oomph, take that depth, take that speed, and really turn up the dial. And if you're needing to be a little bit more gentle with yourself, if there's a little bit of resistance coming up, slow things down. Pick the pace that feels most nourishing to you. Getting yourself seated in a place, seated or lying down, that feels comfortable for you. You can go ahead and just ask yourself, would it feel best for me to close my eyes? Maybe take a soft gaze, letting the body shift and move, any excess wiggles. Just winding down here and now to the space. And beginning by just bringing your hands to a space on or near your body that feels safe to you. For some, that's their heart. Maybe it's your core, your legs, or maybe it's just the surface below you, reminding you that you are here now. And as you're holding that space of resource, that nourishing space of connection, just begin to notice your breath here. Notice what it feels like, the temperature, the texture, maybe even the depth or the speed that your breath is coming in. And how it's flowing out of your body. Knowing that our breath gets to be an anchoring space for you here today in any moment. And if anything comes up that feels too much, too soon, or just pushing those edges, pushing those boundaries, little past point, the comfort, you can always come back to your breath. And as you're taking these few moments to really deeply connect with that breath, inhale and exhaling. Maybe there is a thought, a feeling, an experience that you are ready to shift. Maybe even shifting feels too much, and maybe it's just ready to move it. Maybe nothing came up to you, and that's just as beautiful, knowing that something might come to you as we begin the breath practice, and maybe nothing will, and it just wasn't intended for it to be here and now today. We get to accept it all gets to be here, and welcome in any of the experiences that are. When it feels ready, you'll begin that pulse breath, pulling 2 in through your nose and 2 out through your nose. There you go. I am safe to be here. I am safe to shift. I am safe to move forward. There you go. Finding the depth and the speed that serve you. Finding your unique connection and flow with that breath. 2 in, 2 out. Maybe you can feel that shift happening already. You can feel that movement. Maybe it's tingling. Maybe it's vibrating, a bouncing. Maybe it's just a soft and gentle flow. Knowing that whatever is meant to be will be, and that you're safe to experience this. Go ahead and release that breath. Take a big sigh. Couple cleansing breaths, maybe opening and closing the jaw. Maybe the neck wants to move. Maybe the body is feeling sensations to shake. Maybe if you were seated, you want to lie down, or maybe vice versa. Just being in a little moment of pause. Little moment of connection here, back to the present. I'm going to invite you into another round of that pulse breath. 2 in through your nose and 2 out through your nose. Maybe some of that energy started to shift up already. Maybe it was feeling a little sticky and needed a little break, and you want to return back to it. Whatever is present for you, allow it to be. And when your system knows it's time, go ahead and come back to that pulse. 2 in, 2 out. There you go. I am safe to breathe. I am safe to shift and safe to allow this energy to move. Not only are you safe to allow the energy to move, you're safe to call in something that is more suiting, and safe to release something if it needs to go. Remember, we do this gently, not with force, but just with a loving allowance. I am safe to shift. Safe to feel what is coming up. Safe to let go of what is no longer serving. There you go. Go ahead and release that pulse breath, moving into some rounds of sighs. Being as loud as you need to be. Remember, we move that energy with movement, with sound, and with breath. So allow all 3 of these to be present. Maybe a combination of a couple of them. Finding the flow that works for you. Letting that body shake a little bit. There you go. Opening and closing that jaw. We're going to repeat one more round of the pulse breath. So let's first come into center self. You might have gotten distorted a little bit. It might have floated away. So bringing those hands again to a space of connection on or near your body. Feeling that you are here in this moment. feeling your breath. And when it's ready, one more round of that pulse breath. 2 in, 2 out. That's it. I am safe to shift this energy. I am safe to move it. I'm safe to allow new energy to flow in and old stagnant energy to move its way up and out. And I do so with allowance, with acceptance, with grace and compassion, not with force, not with judgment. If it's not ready to go, leave it. Meet it with love. Just let it know it can stay there as long as it needs to feel safe. Just a few more moments here with that pulse breath. 2 in, 2 out. You are safe. I am here holding you. I'm here supporting you. You are safe to welcome this shift in, safe to explore what that would feel like. Go ahead and release that breath. Take a couple deep breaths in through your nose. Let it all out through your mouth. If those hands left that safety and that security on or near your body, maybe invite them back. And maybe they come back. Maybe they choose to come back to a different space than they have been throughout the practice. Just bring them back in. Taking a moment here in stillness to just feel. Notice if you feel the effects of you inviting in space, you inviting in safety for your energy to move, for your feelings to finish their cycle, for you to just soften into self. Maybe you want to pause here and take a few more moments in this stillness, and maybe you're ready to gently wake up the body, moving the head from side to side, shifting the shoulders, fingers, toes. Gently, when you're ready, opening up those eyes. Thank you for sharing this practice with me. Thank you for sharing your energy and your breath with me. Sending you light and love.
Thank you for listening to Breathwork Bestie. I hope you enjoyed your meditation. If you could take a moment to screenshot this episode and share it on social media and tag me at @XBillRose, I would appreciate it so much. If you enjoyed a specific Breathwork Bestie, you can find all of the information about them in their episode details. If you're interested in learning more about breathwork or how to work with me, then go to crystalrose.com or breathworkbestie.com.